Hi students, we will continue with measures of central tendency. The second part of the chapter, the first part was mean. We saw the three methods, direct method, shortcut and step deviation. And now we go on to mode. This is the simplest part of the chapter. Sometimes one question may be a graph or maybe a non-graph question along with mean and median could be asked from this. Usually, once, not every question paper, but sometimes the board question paper has a histogram graph which has to be done. So that is a very simple graph. We will be doing it today. So mode, what is mode? This you didn't have in 9th standard. You did mean and median in 9th standard. Mode is the simplest. It is the data which has maximum frequency. That is the data which occurs maximum times in a given set of data. So the data which is occurring repeatedly or maximum time, it is not something in the middle, it is not something like average or anything, it is just the data which occurs the maximum number of times. In case of group data, the class interval with maximum frequency is called the modal class. So if there is a group data like you're given 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, then whichever class interval has the maximum frequency, that class is called the modal class. And in that modal class you will be finding the mode by using the histogram, that is the graph. So that all we will do, but basically mode is something that occurs the maximum number of times. For example, let's say a very simple example, in your building, let's say there are 100 people staying, 100 families staying, and if you go and tabulate the number of children in each family, so in some family there would be 0 children, no children, in some there would be 1 child, in some other family there would be 2, in some other family very few there would be 3, and in some other family there may be 4. But after seeing the data, if it is observed that 2 children per family has got maximum data or maximum frequency out of the 100 families that you surveyed, then that 2 will be the mode because it happened maximum number of times. So now we will go on to the sums. This is very simple. Page 62 of Anish tutorial, question 1. You are given data. Here in this particular sum there is no need to arrange it in ascending or in any descending order. You are given the data, you can make the tally chart, not 100% necessary. You can even directly write frequency. So 23 happens once, 15 happens once in the given data, 25 is happening 3 times. 3 different places, 25 comma, then some other number 25 is there in the given data. Then 40 happens once, 27 again once, 22 once and 20 once. So all this data is happening one time except 25, which is happening maximum number of times, that is 3. So from that we can say that 25 is the mode, the data which has the maximum frequency. Don't write 3 is the mode, 3 is the frequency. Mode is not the frequency. Mode is the data which has the maximum frequency. So mode is 25. Then again next sum, same type. You are given a particular set of data. Data is usually represented by x and frequency by f. So I have just written it in a column wise format. 8 ones, 9 ones, 10 ones, 11 3 times, 12 ones, 14 3 times and 15 ones. But there is one data which we could not write. That is x. There was a number x given there which we couldn't write. So that x had to take some value, and for that you were given a hint. Now looking at this, there are 2 data, 11 is happening 3 times, 14 is also happening 3 times. So there is no limit to the number of modes. You can have 2 modes, 3 modes, 5 modes in a given set of data. So here, in this case, since 11 and 14 are happening equal number of times, 3 times, both of them will be modes. Both can be modes. But now the question says that only 11 should be the mode. If the mode has to be 11, then obviously that missing data, unknown data x has to be 11. Only in that case, then 11 will have the maximum frequency. 11 will be occurring 4 times then. If x is 11, then 11's frequency will change from 3 and become 4. So then answer x has to be 11. So that frequency of 11 will be maximum frequency and mode will be 11 alone and not 11 and 14. So that's how you do that sum. Generally all this sort of sums, this is just an example to make you aware of what mode is. This won't be asked in the exam. Usually you are asked a histogram or some sum where you are asked to note the mean, mode and here in the third sum, actually in the question only this was given and you are asked to find what is the mode. So now that is very simple. Which data is having maximum frequency? Here you find that maximum frequency is 11 and the corresponding data is 24. So 24 is the mode, data with maximum frequency. Just for revision, I have done mean also. So mean is what? F into x, so you have to make another column. So mean formula is sigma fx upon sigma f. So f into x 0, 21 into 6 126, then this 176, 230, 264 and 175. So when you add all this f into x, you get sigma fx is 971 and sigma f is 42. So what is your mean? Sigma fx 971 upon sigma f, that is 42. So your mean is 23.12. It is actually 23.119. I have done the calculation here. But because the third decimal is greater than 5, so you will make the second decimal place as 2 instead of 1. So this was the third sum. Now the fourth sum they have asked you median also. Mean, mode and median. Generally that is the type of sum that comes in the exam where you may be given a chart like this and you may be told to find mean, mode and median, all three. So then in that case what to do? How do we find the mean, the mode and the median, all three? So we will just recollect first what you had learned in 9th standard, the two formulae for median. Median is what? First of all, you have to arrange the data in ascending order. And once you arrange the data in ascending order, which is the data that happens at the center after the data has been arranged in ascending order, that is the median. So you have two different formulae. One is if sigma fx or n is number of data, total number of data, or sigma fx is an odd number or is it an even number. For example, when you did this sum, sigma f, the sigma f is also called as n. So that is 42. So here it is an even number. If it is an even number, then you have to use the even formula. If it is an odd number, you have to use the odd formula and find what is the median. If it is odd, median is value of n plus 1, the whole thing upon 2. The value of that term, if it is odd. And if it is even, then the median will be n by 2, value of n by 2 plus n by 2 plus 1, those two terms upon 2. So now the formula is simple, it's just a little lengthy, don't get confused, it has already been done in 9. So in this case it is 42, so basically it is common sense. 42, what is the term that happens in the middle? 21. 42 upon 2, that is 21 and 22nd term. So 21st and 22nd term ka average you have to find. 21st term, where is it, and 22nd term, where is it? So if it was this particular sum, if it was this sum, here the data is already in ascending order. So there is no problem. That's the first thing, that the data has to be in ascending order. It is already in ascending order. Sigma fx is n, sigma f is n. that is number of data is 42, that n is 42, that is even. So we will use the even formula, and in this case it would have been the 21st and 22nd term. So in this case, for even, the even formula would be used. So now here sigma f is 42. So where is the 21st term? This is the first, there is no student here. This is roll number 1 to 6 lies in this group. 1 to 6, all of them have data 21. Then the next 6, that is 7 to, what is the next 6? When you add it up, you will get 14. The cumulative frequency would have been 0 plus 6 plus 8. That is 14. 7 to 14, how many people are there? It is not 7 people, it is 8 people. Why? You are including both 7 and 14. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 is 8 people. And not, don't do 14 minus 7. It is 8 people because 7 and 14 are both in that group. And the next group has next 10 people. So what is the next 10 people? That is roll number 15. 14 is already gone there. 15 to, which number will give you 10? It will be 15 to 24. Don't add just, so there are 10 more people. So what is this? You are getting this as the cumulative frequency. 0, 6, 6 plus 8, 14, then 14 plus 10, 24. Then this would have been up to, this would have been 25 to 35. 24 plus 11 is 35. And then 35 plus 7 is 42. So this is 36 to 42. So those would have been the groupings. Now here, in this, with respect to this example, the median would have been, if n is 42, that is even. So it is this I am talking with respect to this particular example. Median would be value of 42 by 2 plus 42 by 2 plus 1. Those two terms average. So 42 by 2 is value of 21st term and value of 22nd term upon 2. Now when we wrote this serial numbers, what is the value of the 21st term? See, well, 21 and 22 both will lie in this group, 15 to 24. So the value of the both 21st and 22nd data, both of them will be in this group. So that data is 23. 21st term lies 15 to 24. 22nd term also lies in 15 to 24. So both of them are having value 23 plus 23 by 2, which is 46 by 2 or 23 itself. So in this case, the answer for median, if this sum we are doing median also, then the median answer would have been this, that is 23. So in this particular sum we have done mean, mode and median. Usually question like this could be asked, not just to find the mode, but along with mode find the median by using median formula. That would be direct method. And then you will also be asked to find the median by using the median formula by looking at the observations. So this is, you can mark this third sum as important, but remember there in the question where you have your Anish tutorial textbook, you add their mean and median also. So the mean and median will be asked along with the mode for 4 marks or 3 marks. Maybe 1 mark each for mean, mode and median, or maybe 2 marks for finding mean and 1 mark each for finding mode and median. So copy this and copy that example also along with this. The formula is given there because the next sum also we need to find median. The next question, since all three mean, mode and median are asked, Whenever median is asked, you have to arrange the data in ascending order. So it is very important to arrange the data first in ascending order. It is given jumbled up and you have to find the frequency. So in this, first of all, mean is asked, so we have to find sigma fx. So f into x column is there. Then we are writing the cumulative frequency and the serial numbers, because like I told you in the previous example, based on the serial number I will have to find the median. Of course, sigma f will give us the value of n. After that, after you find n or sigma f, you will have to find the median value by using the formula for odd or even. So first data 48, the smallest data, happens one time. So frequency and cumulative frequency is both 1. 48 into 1 is 48. F into x, these two columns multiplication. Then 52 ones. This is the second data, so cumulative frequency is 1 plus 1, so it is 2. So this is 52. 52 into 1, 52. 55 happens once. This is cumulative frequency 3. Next one, cumulative frequency 5. So multiplication f into x, 116. 61 is happening the maximum number of times, so the mode is 61. Because the data which has maximum frequency, not the frequency but the data, that is the mode. So 61 is the mode, the data with maximum frequency. So 61 is 3 times the data is happening. So the serial number 6, 7 and 8 are all having the same age or the same data, 61. So maybe this data could represent age of different people in a group of people who went on a picnic. So there was someone 48-year-old and the maximum there was someone 90-year-old and there were total 15 people. So these 15 people went on a picnic and age group 61 age ka 3 people were there. There were 3 people of the same age 61. So number 5, 6, 7 and 8 are both, all 3 are having same age, that is 61. Whereas 58 there was 2 people. So 4 and 5 were having the age of 58. 48, 52, 55 were all 1 person each. So that is first person. The lowest age person was given roll number or serial number 1. This person is roll number 2. Roll number 3's age is 55. Roll number 4 and 5, both of them age is 58. Roll number 6, 7 and 8, all 3 of them their age is 61. Then 67 happens once, so that is 1 person who is 67-year-old. So that is the 9th person in the group, roll number 9. And we do f into x, so that is 67. 73 also the frequency is 1, so there is 1 person of age 73. So 73, 1 person, so that is the 10th person in the group, f into x. Again, all of them are 1. All the data is 1. So now once you write all this data, and once you find sigma f is 15. So when you find sigma f is 15, before you proceed with the sum, first thing you do is just count the number of data that is given in the question. It should be 15. If it is 14 or something less than that, that means you have missed out on some data. So once you have done sigma f, please verify this step first itself with the number of data given in the textbook or in the question paper. If that doesn't tally, that means there is some data which you have missed out or written wrongly from the question paper. So proceed only after you finish verifying this. So after that, this was the cumulative frequency, 15 people. The last person, the oldest person who went on the trip was 90-year-old. So that is the 15th person, roll number 15. So sigma fx, this is required for mean, it is 1006 and sigma f is 15. So mean is sigma fx upon sigma f. So 1006 upon 15, 67.07067, which is 07. If you write 67.06, you will still get full marks. But better to find the third decimal and round it off to 2 decimals. So that's the mean. Mean, what is the meaning of mean? It means average. The average age of all the people who went, all the 15 people who went on the trip is 67.07. Of course, in the data it is not given, it is age and years. Otherwise, I would have written the unit as years. You can leave it just like that because here it is not given. I just gave an example for you to understand better. That this is a group of 15 people who went on a trip. And more, the maximum frequency, maximum number of people in that group which had the maximum data is 61 because there were 3 people who were 61 years of age. There can be more than one mode. Mode need not be one, I have told this previously also. And then because n is 15, sigma f was n, that is 15. It's an odd number, so you will use the odd formula. So the 8th term, the 8th person in the group, what is his particular age? That will be the median. So roll number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 had age 58, 6, 7 and 8. All the 3 of them had age 61. So we are concerned about the 8th person in the group. The 8th person in the group has age 61. So therefore the median is 61. If it was age, it would have been written as years. But I told you I am just taking an example and it is not actual. So therefore it is just 61. Median is the data that happens at the center. Because there is 15 data, the 8th data's age or the 8th data's corresponding data is 61. So median is 61. It's just a coincidence that mode and median happen to be the same value in this particular sum. Don't read much into that, it could be different numbers. And now question 5, a typical histogram question. This sort of question is what is asked if a graph is asked for you and you are asked to draw the histogram and then find the mode. So you just have to draw a bar graph. Class interval is given, it is not starting from 0, it's starting from 30. 30 to 40 frequency 3, 40 to 50 frequency 10 and so on. Class interval is in groups of 10. Class size is 10, that means 40 minus 30, each class is 10. Now I told you you can't have different varying sizes of class. Reason is each class should be of the same size. The reason for that is this is statistics. In statistics when you compare, you can't have one class of size 10 and the next class of size 20. It should be uniform. So this is what is given and that is just what you have written in the answer sheet. Of course, in the board exams, you will write this in the main answer sheet and you will draw that on the graph. Now, when you draw the graph, the correct question number and sub-question number as per the question paper has to be written both on the main answer sheet as well as on the graph. So, graph, you have your x-axis and your y-axis. So, this x-axis is drawn at the bottom and y-axis is drawn vertically like this. I will show this actual drawn on graph so that you can replicate the same thing. This I am just showing you on the board. So on the graph, because the first class doesn't start from 0, we have to show a kink. This you know because even last year when you did the bar graph, when the data did not start from 0 or when you did the polygon, frequency polygon, if the data didn't start from 0, you showed a kink. The kink is shown from 0 to 30 because the first class starts from 30. That means, what is the meaning of the kink? It means that this area of the graph is not as per the given scale. That is the meaning of the kink. So, ignore this area and start from 30, that is what it actually means. Then we are taking a scale of 2 centimeter is 10 on the x-axis. This is your x-axis. So I have written the scale has to be written on any graph. Scale I have written x-axis 2 centimeter is 10 units. So first a king, then this is 2 centimeter, then this is again 2 centimeter. If you don't know what is 2 centimeter on the graph, just take your ruler and see which is 2 centimeter. There will be bold lines. If you have this small graph book with you, you will have 1 centimeter graph given, and that will be smaller. Whereas in the board exam, you will be given the 2 centimeter graph. So that is like many of your schools have the journal, which is a 2 centimeter graph. In that paper, you have to draw the graph. So I will show you in shortly what is the 2 centimeter graph. Of course, the students who were there with us in 9th, they know, because we had done this on the 2 centimeter graph. So this is 2 centimeter, then 30, 40, 50, 60, every gap is 2 centimeter. Now the y-axis is going to denote frequency. So on the y-axis at the top you write this is frequency. Arrowhead is also shown. On x-axis also at the end, it is not the end, you are showing an arrowhead with class interval written because the x-axis was depicting the class interval. Now you have to draw the histogram. 30 to 40 is frequency 3. So on the y-axis we are taking, because if we take 1 centimeter is 1, it will fit. So we have in fact taken 2 centimeter is 2 units. 2 centimeter is 2 means 1 centimeter is 1. So this one box, the thicker box is 2 centimeter 2 units. Then again 2, so it is 4. Then again 2 centimeter is 2, 6. 2 centimeter is 2, 8. 2 centimeter to 10. And 2 centimeter to 12. So it is in groups of 2. So you have 2 centimeter shown there. So now the first column 30 to 40 is having frequency 3. So 3 is here. That is exactly at the center of 2 and 4. So 3, but that is 30 to 40. Then 40 to 50 is having frequency 10. So the corresponding frequency of 40 to 50, you have shown the bar, that is 10. 50 to 60 has frequency 11. So 11 will be exactly at the center of 10 and 12. It will be between 10 and 12. So 50 to 60 having maximum frequency. So one thing you know is that this is your model class. This is the class with the maximum frequency. So your final answer of mode will be between this 50 and 60. Mode will be between 50 and 60. Next, 60 to 70 has frequency 7. So 60 to 70 between 6 and this has got frequency 7. 60 to 70 having frequency 7. Then after that 70 to 80 having frequency 5. So this is exactly between 4 and 6, that is frequency 5. That is 70 to 80. And the last one 80 to 90 has frequency 4. So this is as per the data given. 3 frequency, this is 10, this is 11, this is 7, this is 5, and the last one is 4. So that is as per the data that is given. So once you draw the graph, you have to see which is the class with the maximum frequency. In this class, you are not drawing diagonals for the rectangle, please note. You are drawing from this end to the top end on the right hand side, and from this end to the top end on the left hand side, you are drawing these two lines. So see how the lines are drawn. And from the point of intersection of those two, you are dropping a straight line down to the x-axis. Now whatever value you get there, that is the value of mode. In your graph, when you draw it as per the scale given, when you drop this line, it is seen to be exactly 2 lines after 50. 2 lines after 50 if you are using 2 centimeter graph, and 4 lines after 50 if you are using 1 centimeter graph. So because this is 2 centimeter graph and 2 lines after 50, therefore the reading is 52. One line would have been 51, 2 lines is 52. After 50, one line is 51, 2 line is 52. There are, if you count in the 2 centimeter graph, there are 10 lines or 10 divisions between 50 and 60. So there are 10 divisions between 50 and 60. So each division is 1. So 2 lines indicate 2. So mode is 52. Now the same thing, I will show the same thing on the graph paper so that you can clearly see how you have done it, how you need to draw this thing in the graph paper. Yeah, so now here you see, leaving one column I have drawn the x-axis, then the y-axis has been shown. On the x-axis first kink is shown, then 30 to 40, 40 to 50. This bold lines are 2 centimeter graph. So as per the sum, I have drawn the graph, and then the class with the maximum interval, that is your 50 to 60. In 50 to 60, from this corner I have drawn to the top right hand side, and from this I have drawn to the top left hand side of the model class. See how it is done. Then from there a line has been drawn down, and that is exactly two lines after 50. So that value is 50 plus 2, 52. So mode is 52. This way you have to write that on the x-axis class interval has to be written, on the y-axis frequency has to be written, the intersection of x and y-axis show it 0, then mark a kink from 0 to 30, write the scale there as per the scale you have taken. X-axis 2 centimeter is 10 unit, y-axis 2 centimeter is 2 unit. So this is exactly how you have to sit at home and draw this graph. It is very simple. In some board papers it comes for 3 or 4 marks. It is not asked every year, but it will be asked in some unit tests or school exam or in the board exam. So learn this, it is extremely simple. We will go on after this to the next graph. In the 6th question, your class interval is not adjusted. You have 33 to 40, then it is not 40, it is 41 to 48. So because it is not continuous class, so therefore you have to use the adjustment factor like I had shown you in an earlier sum in mean. You have to use the adjustment factor, adjust the class and make it continuous. So what is adjustment factor? Small a. It is the lower limit of the second class interval minus upper limit of first class interval upon 2. What is lower limit of second class interval? Second class interval is this class. Its lower limit is 41. And upper limit of first class interval is 40. First class is this. So that is 40. So 41 minus 40 upon 2 or half. So 0.5 is the adjustment factor small a. So to make class continuous, what do? You subtract that adjustment factor from the lower limit of all the classes and add the 0.5 to the upper limit of all the classes. So it will become 33 minus 0.5, 32.5. 41 minus 0.5, 40.5. 49 minus 0.5, 48.5 and so on. And upper limit you are adding 0.5. So 40 plus 0.5, 40.5, 48.5, 56.5 and so on. So now this is the adjusted class. What do you mean by adjusted class? The upper limit of the first class and lower limit of second class is same. Same way upper limit of second class and lower limit of third class is same and so on. So this is the adjusted class interval. When we draw the graphs, we have to show the adjusted class interval. So when the graph is drawn, the adjusted class interval has to be shown on the x-axis. If the class is not adjusted, it is compulsory in mode, in this median when you are drawing your histogram. When you are finding the mode, it is compulsory that you have to draw with adjustment factor. Even in this and in the next part of the chapter, that is when you do algebra to get the median, even in that you have to draw the class intervals after adjustment. So on x-axis, that's the x-axis and that's the y-axis. X-axis, you have drawn a kink because you are not having the first class starting from 0. The first adjusted class is starting from 32.5. So you have to take exactly at the end of 2 centimeter, you show a kink, and that bold line where you have the end of 2 centimeter, there itself you mark it as 32.5. Then exactly 2 centimeter, 40.5. Then exactly after one more line, that is 2 centimeter, 48.5. Same way 56.5, 64.5, and the last it ends at 80.5. So each are 2 centimeter interval or one line in your big graph. On the y-axis, now you have to take a scale that will fit all these frequencies. The maximum frequency is 42. So if you take 1 centimeter as 1, it is not going to fit because there are no 42 lines. You can't take 1 centimeter as 2 also. In fact, it has to be a bigger and a quite reasonably big graph. You can't have the graph ending here and only last 2 lines drawn. So don't take 1 centimeter as 10. If you take 2 centimeter as 10, it will be a very small graph. It will fit in just 4-5 lines. So here on the y-axis, you are taking 2 centimeter is 5. So you are taking on the y-axis 2 centimeter is 5 units, and then you are drawing the graph. So you will be showing for 0, 5, 10, 15, and this last one will be 45. What you have drawn there is the frequency that will come there as 42. That's the final class. So each part 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, that will each one of them will be 2 centimeter. That is one block in your big graph. Again, the sum I will show it to you on the graph paper also. So x-axis is adjusted class interval, not class interval, and y-axis is frequency, number of boys. All this you have to show. You have to write there adjusted class interval, weight in kg, y-axis frequency, number of boys, scale, x-axis 2 centimeter is 8. So in this case 2 centimeter is 8. Y-axis 2 centimeter is 5. That way you have to show. All that has to be shown. Then once you draw the graph 32 to 40, frequency 3. Now where will be 3? Between 0 and 5 there are 10 small lines in 2 centimeter. So each line is how much? 10 lines is 5. So one line will be, each small line will be 0.5, then 1, then 1.5, 2, 2.5, and you will show where 3. 3 will be 6 lines, 6 small lines above the base. So 6 small lines above the base means 6 into 0.5, that is 3. 29 where it will come in this class, 40.5 to 48.5. But 29 will be 2 lines below 30. Why 2 lines below 30? 1 line below 30 would have been 29.5. And 2 lines below 30 is below 30, take 2 lines, 2 small lines. So that will give you 29. The next one is 42. 42 will be exactly 4 lines above 40. 40, 40.5, 41, 41.5, 42. So exactly 4 lines above 40, you will get 42. Then the next one is 20, which is exact. You can draw because 56 to 64, it is exactly with 20. And then you have 5, which is again an exact marking. 5 64.5 to 72.5. You're taking the adjusted class, and the last one is 1. So 1 will be how many lines above the base? It will be 2 lines. One line above the base is 0.5. So 2 small lines above the base will be 1. 0.5 and 0.5, that is 1. So now once this graph has been drawn, next you have to draw the diagonals. But these are not diagonals of this rectangular. Some people join from here to here and from here to there. So in that case you will always get the middle of the class. The answer is not like that. Now here, for a hint for you to know the answer, the previous class has a greater frequency than the next class. This is the model class. So the answer will be closer to 48.5 and not closer to 56.5. That's because the previous class was having a greater frequency than the next class after the model class. If these two classes had the same frequency, then when you draw that line, that will come exactly at the center. So now here, this top right hand corner to this, top left hand corner to this. And see how it is marked? It has to be marked the same way. You can show dotted lines for this. And then you show a dotted line going down. Even if bold line is there, it is okay, but show the dotted line going down and mark the arrow, because you are taking from up down, so you can show the arrow. It is not compulsory. So there, when you see where it hits the x-axis, that will give you the value of mode. Now you will see that this is exactly 4 lines after 48.5. Now what is 4 lines after 48.5? How do you calculate it? This is, each scale is, there are 10 divisions, and 10 divisions is 8. If 10 divisions is equal to 8, then 1 division will be how much? So that x will be 8 upon 10. Each division will be 0.8. So 10 divisions is 8. So one small line will be how much? Each small line will be 8 upon 10, that is 0.8. So after 48.5, since this line which is drawn to find the mode is 4 lines after 48.5, you will write 48.5 plus 4 times each line is 0.8. So it will be 4 into 0.8. So 48.5 plus 32, 3.2. That will come to 51.70. And here, what is it showing? It is showing the weight in kg. So that is the mode. That is the answer for the mode, 51.70 kg. This I have just explained that 2 centimeter has got 10 lines. So 2 centimeter has 10 lines, and the 10 lines in this sum, it is equal to 8. So therefore 1 line will be equal to 0.8 by using unitary method and finding that value. So it is 3.2 after add 3.2 to 48.5. Now the same thing I will show on the graph paper, so that there is no confusion. Then exactly same way you have to write this on the ruled page of the graph paper. You have to show this working of class interval, adjusted class interval and frequency. Write the correct question number and show how you got the adjustment factor. And then on the graph page besides that, same question number you write and draw this graph. This you need not write. Till here you have to write on the graph paper. In the exam also it is the same thing. So now I will show this same thing on the graph paper. So here the graph, x-axis, y-axis, and same scale like I had shown on the board is taken. X-axis 2 centimeter is 8 and y-axis 2 centimeter is 10. X-axis you write what you have taken, it is adjusted class interval or weight in kg. Y-axis is frequency, number of boys. Intersection of x and y-axis is origin. So then all the markings as per the scale, initial kink, all that is shown. And the point of intersection, look here, you will see from the point of intersection I have drawn the line down, and that is 48.5 plus 4 lines after 48.5. Each small line here represents 0.8, 0.8, 0.8. Why? Because 10 lines is equal to 8. Class interval is 8. So because 10 lines is equal to 8, each small line in between is 0.8. So after 48.5 it is 4 lines. So 4 into 0.8, so it will be 51.7. Same way, draw the graph, and on the ruled page besides the graph, write all the adjusted class interval and table as was given in the board. Yeah, so question 7, which is the last class work sum for today. Again, data given. Here it is not required to adjust because it is proper class, adjusted class itself is given. So on the x-axis we are taking class interval, and y-axis we are taking the given frequencies. Appropriate scale, if you take 10 centimeter or 2 centimeter is 10, then it will finish in 4 lines. So it is better to take 2 centimeter is 5. So on y-axis we have taken 2 centimeter and 5, and x-axis 2 centimeter is 10. So we always write x first, x-axis first, and after x-axis you write y-axis. So x-axis 2 centimeter is 10 and y-axis 2 centimeter is 5 units. So x-axis is class interval, you have to show there, y-axis is frequency. Then like usual we plot the graph 0 to 10. Here there is no kink because it is starting from 0 itself. So 0 to 10 frequency 10, 10 to 20 frequency is 24. Now this is 10 small lines is equal to 5. So each small line is 0.5. 10 lines is 5, so each small line is 0.5. So below 25, 2 lines you have to draw below 25, because one line below 25 is 24.5 and 2 lines below 25 is 24. The next value is a perfect number 40. Then you have 18. 18 will be how many lines below 20? It is going to be 4 lines below 20. 18, one line below 20 is 19.5. Then 2 lines below 20 is 19. 3 lines below 20 is 18.5. 4 lines below 20 is 18. So this has to be 4 lines below the 20 mark. Then the next one is 8, which is 4 lines below the 10 mark. 8 will be 4 lines below the 10 mark, or exactly between 10 and 10.5 you can show 7.5. After 7.5, one line on top of it will be 7.5 plus 0.5, that is 8. Then again when you draw the mode, draw this with pencil only and draw 2 dotted lines. From this top left to this corner and from the top right to this corner. So you can draw, and where it intersects, it comes down, that is the mode. Now in this case, the mode you may say, sir, it is coming just after 24. In fact, it is coming between 24 and 25. So either you write it as 24, or you can even write the mode as 24.5. Both are accepted. You cannot write 25 because it is not coming perfectly on 25. It is just before 25. So it is 24 or 24.5. I had previously also told you that if this and the next class had the same frequency, then when you draw these lines, the mode will be perfectly at the center. But now since this has a greater frequency than the next class, so that is why the mode will be little less than 25 and not equal to 25. Now your homework sums. Now this again I am showing it to you on graph, but before that I will just confirm that I have already sent the message that now I am giving you a small gap so that you can cover up what you have not already done, because almost 1 month of classes or 40 days of classes and school, everything has been going on. So there are some people complaining that they wanted a small break, very few people, but there were some people telling that they wanted a small gap so they can cover up with what is done, especially students who have science also. So physics, chemistry and bio also good amount of portion is being done. So for that reason, now the next set of videos after the 3rd of May, after today, I will be posting it only on next Saturday. The next set of videos will be posted only on next Saturday, that is 9th of May. So for that time you have got these 4 sums. These are all 4 graphs. Question 2 and 3 on page 63 and on page 64 question 5 and 6. You have to draw it the same way like you did this. Only in one sum there is adjustment factor. So for that you refer what you did in classwork sum number 8. So with this we complete mode. I will show you the actual graph of this particular sum now. So that's the actual graph, and in this actual graph x-axis class interval x and class interval written, then scale written on top right hand side, it should be written there, y-axis frequency shown as per the columns and as per the size 0 to 10, 10 to 20, and here it is 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and so on. The mode, as I told you, it is coming just before 25 and after 24. So you can write it as 24 or 24.5. And here, like I told you, this is having 24 as the frequency. So it is 1 and 2 lines below 25. Same way here, I have shown 7.5. So 1 line above 7.5, this is 8. So 1 line above 7.5. 7.5 is exact middle of 5 and 10. And this was again 18. So this is 4 lines below 20. So complete your homework. This 4 graphs, total 4 graphs for next week Saturday, that is for the 9th of May. So please do it before that.